marketing, there's one thing that like I want to say first is like I think businesses get tied over with like tactics over strategy. So like choosing the wrong platform. So like with B2B, like it may not necessarily be the best bet to put everything all into TikTok, for example. Like it does work, but like
it's just a buzzword at the moment, that, and so people say, "Oh, I've got to do TikTok. I've got to do TikTok."
Yeah.
You need to educate that out of people.
Yeah, it can be done, and it should be done, but only like once you've nailed the core channels like LinkedIn. What does well on LinkedIn is like thought leadership and like personal branding, that kind of thing. So, but like to go back to answer your question, like digital marketing is any sort of online marketing. So SEO, PPC, digital PR, social. I think I covered them all. Yeah. So it's anything online that delivers like measurable, tangible results, really. That's kind of how I would define it. But yeah, in order to make it effective, you've got to have a good, clear plan and strategy, and make sure that you're not just caught up on choosing the channel. It's about strategizing based upon your target audience and like the messages that they want to see. And the education piece is so important, and choosing the right content to put out. Like I was at a conference and the other day, and they were saying, like, someone asked a question about like the best times to post on LinkedIn, and like, you know, people kind of get caught up on the granular level of that. Like, it's not necessarily important. It's about getting the right message out to the right people. It doesn't really necessarily matter when. So just understanding the sales funnel as well. So like at the top, you've got people finding you for the first time. So maybe it can be a little bit broader content. And then in the consideration stage, you're talking about like the pros and cons. And then at the bottom of the funnel, you're talking about case studies so that people get in touch. But it's also all good to sort of wrap that up into your content plan and strategy and be consistent about it, and plan for it. And then more importantly, like measure it, because without measuring it, then you can't do anything.
Works, Can I ask you about like paid versus non-paid stuff? Like, how is that these days? Is paid always going to get you better results? So if you pay LinkedIn £1,000, £2,000, £10,000 a month, is that better than just actually producing really good content that people want to watch, or not?
Yeah, so with LinkedIn, like if you get into it, like the first thing you might think is it's quite expensive. I mean, it is quite expensive because they know exactly who the target audience is. Like,
you can really granularly, can't you?
You can, yeah. But like, because you're targeting so granularly, so like if you're targeting a marketing manager at a SaaS company, they may see an ad. It might be great. You think it's great, but they might not be looking for you.
Yeah,
what you
it's
want.
time to buy, right?
Yeah. It might not be the time to buy. So that's why content's so important. So you need to sort of build your audience, and then when the time's right, they'll come to you.
Yeah.
Which is why like I'm like a fan of inbound marketing and content. So yeah, paid's a great way of getting your messaging out there quickly. But to really build long-term success, like it's all through content and especially thought leadership kind of stuff. So investing in both is like quite useful with LinkedIn as well, and any sort like Facebook as well. You can do remarketing. So anyone who lands on your website, they're kind of in maybe the discovery or informational consideration stage. Yeah. So you may want to like retarget with case studies or call to actions, that kind of thing. But it's about being strategic with it and choosing and carefully where you spend your budget.
Yeah. Can budget? I take it budget can still run away like crazy. I mean, if you've got a product and you want to get it in front of a lot of people, you can spend a lot of money very quickly, can you?
That's right. Yeah, and just needs to be planned carefully. So if you've got a budget for the month, make sure that you don't exhaust it too quickly, and it doesn't exhaust like before 12 o'clock when you wake up. Like you want to make sure that it's staggered through the day. So the time of day does matter with advertising. So like with B2B, we normally target like 9 to 5 on primarily desktop, because that's where B2B buyers buy. And then on the weekends, dial down the budget a little bit on Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, okay. That's quite a common issue we see on Google Ads, actually. Like clients, when we're auditing an account, like they're running the same budget 7 days a week, whereas if it's a B2B product, they're more likely to be 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. So
yeah, that's interesting. That so you're targeting B2B sales between 9 to 5, but aren't those people just actually doing their job? What are they doing on LinkedIn during the middle of the day? Like, you just shouldn't they be? You'd think that'd be a distraction, right? But people are on LinkedIn They're just flicking through LinkedIn all the time.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, decision makers go on LinkedIn. They like, and a lot of people go on during
because they're promoting themselves.
Yeah,
so they're seeing stuff while they're promoting themselves and their business. I guess.
I was trying to keep up with the industry.
I guess it's amazing. That's how social media has become a place where you keep in touch with what's going on in your industry because you usually follow your peers and things like that, don't you?
Yeah.
So you're seeing them on there all the time.
Yeah,
I guess, It's unbelievable.
What are some of the challenges that you've seen businesses have with their digital marketing and the mistakes they commonly make and just can't wrap their head around if this isn't working?
Yeah, I mean, maybe choosing the wrong channel and the platform and not defining the target audience correctly and therefore getting the messaging wrong. So you're giving out a message that they don't necessarily want to see. So some businesses push out like press releases all the time, which is great for the business. They're showing like how good they are, but it doesn't show any value and it's not educating. So educating is like a big part of it. Like whatever their pain points are, you need to find them out and then write content around that to bring them to you. So that's the first thing, like not discovering their pain points and talking to them. And then as well, like on the other end, it's more like business consultancy really, but like handling leads and inquiries. So, and understanding the difference between marketing qualified leads and sales qualified leads. Because you can get through like as many leads as you want, but like if they're not properly qualified and they probably haven't got budget, then that's another thing. So that's another thing we help clients with, like to make sure that they get the most for the budget. So one thing that we've introduced is like call tracking. So when somebody rings particular phone number on the website, so each time they go on the web page, different phone number pops up, and then when they click that one, Google picks the tool picks up and says like, because they clicked that phone number, they typed in that keyword, and then you can sort of trace it back and then feed that keyword into Google so it finds more about it. So yeah, like not getting as many sales qualified leads and understanding the difference. That's another thing I think I've found.
That's really important for you as well, because ultimately to create a long-term relationship with your client, you need to be able to show what you've delivered, doesn't you? That's really important, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's something that like I suppose I started out with really like, naively, like early in my journey, first couple of years, I was saying that you're getting all these inquiries and then they're like, no, they're not very good, blah, blah, blah. But then when you look into it deeper, it's my fault because I'm not looking into it in as much detail as I could have.
Yeah.
But now, like granularly, I myself like look through the quality of the leads to make sure that they're up to scratch and they're actually converting. And then, even when they are a sales qualified lead, I try and check in with the clients to see like how much they were and like if they're happy with them, all that kind of stuff. So, we are, again, it goes back to like what makes us different. We're not just digital marketing agency. Like we're in essence like business consultancy in a way. It's something that not every agency offers. And that's what keeps a good relationship. And we're always looking out for the clients to try and make things better, and not just better, but the best.
Yeah.
So
it's not just about spend as much money as you can with me. You're trying to help them understand how to make their business more attractive to their clients and stuff like that.
Yeah. We're similar to you. So like it's when a business is not in a position to hire someone like full time, when they want to outsource it. So they want to come to us for marketing to make it better, but then also in that business they may not have the same commercial and business understanding, so it's our job to sort of translate and bridge the gap, and explain the nuances in a way that they understand, which is why we've got a great client service team. And I've been really big on that since the start.
I think for us, definitely the way IT is evolving, it's really important to find the right partner that is able to do more than just fix things when they're broken. So, what our clients don't want is for us to just come in and do a little bit of consultancy work and then never contact them again. And so we try and get as close as possible to our clients in terms of visiting them regularly, understanding where their business is going, or sit on in board meetings and, try and find out where their business is going over the next 12, 18 months. What could we do as IT people that might help, speaking to their employees even to say, what is time consuming for you? How can we make you more efficient? Stop you having to hire another person and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I think that's what creates long-term relationships, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Like on the topic of like problems and stuff like that, like I absolutely love problems, like because it stops them in the first place. Like it's the biggest thing of growth, really. Like finding out what a problem is and then putting a procedure in place to make sure it doesn't happen, because you don't want to be fighting a fire.
Yeah.
You want to be proactive over it and then create like an SOP so it doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
And that's our job to make sure. And every month, like we improve operations and stuff and make things better and get a better result. So it's all part of a good client relationship.
Yeah. Can I just ask you, do you think people are more open to investing in digital marketing these days than they ever were before? I know for us in our game, sometimes people just don't get it. They don't get that they have to invest in IT to keep themselves secure and to keep their business growing and stuff like that. Do you feel like people are more open to that now, or because it's a bit of a dark art, wasn't it? You're very scared of investing in that kind of thing. Do you feel like that's sort of opened up now and people are like, I've got to put time and energy and money into this thing?
Yeah, it's like a broader conversation of digital marketing, really. So like, I think businesses since COVID have been a little bit cautious about like spending money in general, really, because of the uncertainty that they saw COVID have happening. So gradually over the years, businesses have sustained, and then they're at the point of wanting to grow now, and then they're safe and secure, so they want to look at growth over the next 5 years. So they're seeing that competitors are doing it. They're looking at the potentials. It's becoming a lot more mainstream, especially with like AI. That's like fast tracked. It's fast tracked it in the mainstream, in the media and that kind of thing. So clients come and then they see what we've done and then they want a bit of that, like for their own business, really. So I think businesses are becoming more open to invest in, because they know
in technology as a whole, sort of thing. Yeah,
I like to think so. Yeah, especially in more older traditional businesses. Like I think that it can help grow, but I think it's a bigger conversation of like businesses spending, especially with the new government coming in and stuff like that. Like I don't talk politics, but like whenever there's some sort of bigger change, everyone's a bit skeptical about spending.
Yeah, it sort of pulls people back for 6 months, 12 months.
So the market reacts first.
It's really weird. Like, and I speak to all my friends about it. I don't know if you've noticed similar, but like we get like influx of inquiries like within a week, and then there's like nothing for a little bit, and it just comes in cycles, like whether it's the end of the quarter or whatever, the start of a new one. But like it's quite a common pattern, and all the agencies are finding it, really. But like we can't do anything that's external. So we just got to think about us.
Absolutely, you've got to get on with it. As a business owner, especially, you can't listen to all that noise. You've got to get on with trying to grow your business.
100%.
But we spoke before when we off camera, we spoke about manufacturing organisations. You said you're doing quite. We're doing a lot with manufacturing organisations, because I think they're starting to switch on to technology. That there's a stereotype that they are traditional businesses and technology doesn't really play a massive part. But I feel like that's changing. Do you? They're starting to switch on to tech. Yeah,
absolutely. I guess like it's more of a traditional business. So like maybe the owners of the business, like I don't know, I could just be theorizing, but like because the typically well-established businesses like 30 to 50 years old. And they could potentially be like family-owned and run businesses. So when maybe the mum or dad steps down, then the children step up. So they're maybe
more
well-versed,
technologically minded.
Absolutely, yeah. So they've kind of grown up with it a little bit, and then even if they've stepped up to it and they're not versed with it, then maybe juniors in the company are more versed to it, and then it comes up in board conversations then, and then they're like, that's a good idea, this business is doing that, and then here's the potential with it. So you need to be at the front of talking about that, like online, and that'll really help you being an authority online. So
like a really good example for us would be that like traditionally some of those manufacturing organisations, they shut at midday on a Friday. And when you have conversations with the business owners, you say, so what happens if you get an inquiry on a Friday at 3 p.m? They're like, don't know. So we talk to them about using chatbots and AI and where their voice calls get routed to and stuff like that. Is there anything like that do you come across that a bit as well? Like, and certainly for like inbound marketing, you must get that where you have a conversation and they say, so what happens if like the biggest client you've ever had calls you at 3 p.m. on a Friday afternoon?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think like with like if it's an inbound inquiry for business, like on a Friday for one of our clients, like normally like if it's an email, it can usually wait. So it doesn't necessarily impact them too much. But like with chatbots, like that's always like a good suggestion. Like we can always say we can do this, but it's never really been an issue so far, really.
Yeah.
But introducing things like slowly to them and not, saying too much all at once and just showing and giving proof of like what can be done. That's always good. So, like just expanding the possibilities and using AI to their benefit.
Yeah. And even with AI, because it's such a buzzword, every time I go out, people always wonder, well, you're in tech, so do you use AI and can AI do this and that? And we have to educate them of, AI is not just ChatGPT that's going to do everything for you. This is how in IT and telecoms we incorporate AI to make you more efficient.
Yeah.
How has AI kind of changed your industry landscape and the searches, and how do you integrate that into speaking to your clients?
Many ways, yeah. So we talk to all sorts of businesses, all shapes and sizes. And initially, like if I'm going on a sales call or whatever, it helps me really identify some of their pain points. So it helps me understand maybe like 4 different personas of who might be buyers from them. So that can help me really fast track that rather than going through loads and loads of different pages. So it at least points me in the right direction. So I briefly understand it. So I've got some notes. So it helps with that. AI for me is great because I usually try and record like meetings and stuff like that, and then it can get summaries, or like if I've done a call by myself, then I can upload that into ChatGPT, and then it can act like a sales coach basically, and give me like points of how can I improve, all that kind of stuff, and it really helps me better myself really. And then from a business point of view, like it can act as like a business consultant, so it can help me come up with new ideas of ways to grow the business over a certain time period, actionable steps, and standard operating procedures as well. So if you just put in a big prompt about like I'm facing this problem, X, Y, and Z, this is what we do already. I want to improve it by 50% efficiency. I want 5 steps on how to improve it, and then it'll troubleshoot things. You can talk back and forth with it and then come up with new ideas. So everything's like much more slick and streamlined, and it's only going to keep getting better and being implemented in everyone's life. So we're fully embracing it, and we will be for the future.
100%. What about yourself, Lee, in the IT and telecom space? How have you seen AI kind of come more into play, and how would you say you speak to clients on that part? Yeah,
I mean, it's a difficult thing with AI. Like I say, it's a massive buzzword at the moment, and sometimes like you go and see clients, and they the first thing they ask you about is AI, and you sort of say to them, hang on a minute, you're still 10 years behind where you need to get to with technology overall. They'll still be using Excel spreadsheets to run their business, and there's applications and web apps that they can buy for a tenner a month per user that can do that for them. But there's because AI is such a massive thing at the moment, so popular. How can AI help me? Well, hang on a minute, we need to just get these basics right at the moment. I see a lot of that going on. But I think over the next sort of 4 or 5 years, it's going to be really important for us as an organisation to start understanding how we can use AI to, part of the Microsoft Office 365, Microsoft 365 Copilot is helping us to help clients. But, it's just another education piece in how all that Microsoft 365 stack works. So it's just there are 100 other applications in that stack that can make a massive difference to an organisation. And AI is just one.
100%.
It's a good way to so if you had all the data and stuff like that in the spreadsheet, the way that they're doing it, if you fed that into ChatGPT and then you asked it on goals and advice on like how you could sell it to a client, like that'd be a really good way, and then it could put a presentation together for you and come up with the pros and cons and all that kind of thing. And that's a really good way, and I do that to try and structure ideas, because it's difficult to sort of verbalize like a load of numbers, so it can do it so quickly, and that's how I usually use it.
Yeah, I mean, Excel's a good example because you used to have to. You could go to a, there's Excel championship courses going on.
Yeah,
You see those? Yeah.
I watched that. Yeah, 2 a.m. in the morning, like it's my favorite thing. Yeah,
I don't think you should have admitted that on this podcast.
no, it's
not good. That's not good for your image.
They hype it up, don't they? It's like a proper like sport in America. I love it.
But like
there's so many different sports in America that's not sports.
You'd have to have years and years of experience.
Yeah.
But now with Copilot, you can just say to Excel, do this for me, create a chart from this, and it'll go and do it for you. And this guy or girl that's been doing 40 years of Excel is now just like, well, it took me 20 years to learn how to do that. And
it's not as fun though, is it?
No, it's not as fun. Maybe not. Yeah.
Oh, great. So quickly before we round up, what advice would you give to smaller businesses or businesses in the industries that we targeted regarding their digital marketing? How can they actually improve their digital marketing firsthand before even getting in contact with yourself to do the bigger side, just to get them at least on the right path?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is probably know where you're at the moment. So, like, where you're getting inquiries from online. If you're getting inquiries, if you don't know where you're getting them from, like, look how you got your most recent business. Like, if it's all just referrals, then you need to go online. More predictable. I think you need to first of all understand the pain points of your competitors. Properly research it, look at what your competitors are doing as well, build up and show off like case studies online of how you've helped businesses. Make sure you've got an up-to-date website as well, very basic, making sure that it looks brand new, it's optimized for mobile, making sure it's usable, safe and secure, like it's got an SSL certificate, for example. Just making your image I say it to a lot of businesses, and usually manufacturing businesses as well, actually, like your very successful business offline, it just doesn't reflect that online right now, and it's our job to try and improve that and make sure that you appeal in the same way. So that's what I normally say. So know where you're at the moment, take stock and make sure that you know where you want to be and how you need to write to the audience, and then choose one platform to start with. If it's B2B, then definitely LinkedIn, get that going. Try and not necessarily push from the company account. You should post on the company account, but you should be trying to push like as a leader. So whether it's the founder or the director or whatever, they should ideally be sort of publishing and posting. It doesn't have to be either of them, but someone with a face has got to be the face of that. There's a famous example of like Bill Gates and Microsoft or whatever. He's probably got more followers than Microsoft, so it's about putting a face to it, because they're the person that are going to pick up the phone at the end of the line. So doing that, making sure that you're consistent and strategic with the content. You're not just following like short-term hacks. Make sure that you're building authority through education, and just keep doing it consistently. Try and test things. So once you've built up a good network on LinkedIn and you're doing well and it's bringing inquiries, then making sure you roll out on other channels. Email is really good as well. It's a bit more difficult to build up. In terms of like SEO and your website, the first thing you've got to make sure is everything looks like it reflects your business on your off. The website aspects are like making sure that your offline business is reflected online. So all the same branding, the copy on the site reflects your tone of voice, and then regularly posting on the site, not just press updates or media updates, but informational content that's going to make you an authority in the industry.
Excellent. And how can people get in contact with yourself?
Primarily LinkedIn, so just Matt Pyke, but our website's flyhighmedia.co.uk.
Excellent.
You got a good website.
I can imagine it would.
That's the thing for you though, like a plumber's tap always leaks. Like.
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. Yeah, we spend a lot of time on our own internal marketing as well. So we rank for a lot of keywords like locally and nationally. So for like Manchester, number one for SEO Manchester, that kind of thing.
Right.
Nice. Have you got anything new coming up that people should be aware about with yourselves or even the company?
Yeah, I'm going to be branching out into like more consultancy and stuff like that. And I want to be doing more talks like this. I'm looking to help businesses like, with AI and stuff, so make sure that they're using it to the full potential, and just continue to make the business better and help it grow. And then we've got big targets for the rest of the year. So it's my job to make sure they're met.
Excellent.
Excellent. No pressure.
No pressure at all. Yeah.
No, absolutely. It's been a pleasure having you. And again, if there's anything that we can do at Red Rock, or even the facet of Why for Success, to get more of this content out to the wider masses, and even locally and Tameside to our community, you know, you'd always be welcome on our platform. So again, thank you very much for coming on.
Oh, thanks so much for having me.
Cheers.
Hope you enjoyed it. It better be the best podcast you've done so far.
Yeah, thank you.
Lee, anything from you?
No, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks.
Excellent. Thank you very much for coming as well.
Oh, you're welcome, Manny.
Yeah, great. So, yeah, guys, that rounds up episode 12 of the Why for Success podcast. Again, if you want to find out more information about us or Matt, all the links and descriptions and details will be in the description below. We'll post this on LinkedIn and all of our social forums. But again, I just want to say a big thank you for your support, your viewership. Make sure you share, like, and comment down below. And we'll see you soon for the next episode of our podcast. I've been Emmanuel.
I'm Lee.
And I'm Matt.
Yeah, I'm always catching the guest out. Why for Success. See you soon.